What's up, and welcome to Unspoken Conversations. I'm James Crow, and here we talk about issues and situations that are in plain sight. Things that people hate to talk about, but it needs to be said, from relationships, families, friends, and life. Our goal is to shed light and understanding so that just maybe we can start to rebuild relationships, families, and ultimately, our communities. What's up, and welcome back, guys. In this episode, my question is, if your partner called you someone else's name, does there instantly need to be a talk? I mean, do you jokingly question them? Is there like immediately there's a problem? Like instantly a problem? Oh, hell no. We got to get to the bottom of this. Why'd you? Is it that? Or does it mean nothing? What's your thoughts? All right. Here's my opinion. Just because your partner says another person's name, and now, I ain't talking when you're being intimate. I'm not saying when you're being intimate. I can see how that could be triggering. I could understand that. If I can see that being a whole problem, right? But that's not the example that I'm giving here. I'm saying just random times, right? And if it's all the time and it's the same name, I can see that being a problem. But that's not the example either. Just if your partner calls you another person's name, fellas, if she calls you another dude's name, ladies, your man calls you another chick's name, just randomly throughout the day, one time. Is it a problem? How big is the problem? Huge ass problem? You finna wreck shop? Or what you trying to say? You trying to tell me something? Jokingly question them? Or does it mean nothing? My opinion is I ain't gonna take that seriously. I'm not gonna get upset about that. Because here's what happens in everyday life, in real life. There's been numerous times when I've called somebody the wrong names, and don't act like y'all don't do the same shit. Don't act like you don't. I'm sure that you've called your kid the other kid's name. You didn't mean nothing by it. The name just came out. You wasn't even thinking about the other kid. The name just came out. If it can happen, if you could mix up your kids and you ain't even thinking about the other kid, ain't it possible that you can not be thinking about another person and the name slips out? Ain't that possible? It's possible, right? It's very well possible, right? So, it doesn't have to mean that your partner is thinking of this other person. It does not. It's very well possible that you could say, Cynthia. You know what I'm saying? Cynthia. Yo, fucking woman's name ain't even got to be nowhere near Cynthia, right? Ain't got to be nowhere near Cynthia. But if you say Cynthia, I mean, and your woman gets mad, she ladies, you could potentially be doing your relationship harm by saying, what did you say? What did you call me? And starting a whole fucking fight. Here's what I mean by this. It's possible that this dude worked with somebody. The chick at the gas station said, hey, my name is Cynthia. Do you know somebody by the name of, and he said Cynthia, the name just clicked Cynthia. And then he gets home and he ain't thinking nothing about it. And then out of nowhere, Cynthia said, it's that simple. It's that simple. It is that simple. Again, I am not talking about your cheating ass man that's always fucking up. And this dude has always got different hoes around him. And this is the dude that's constantly saying somebody else's name. I'm not talking about that fucktard. I'm not talking about that dude. I am not talking about him. Same way with you ladies. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the random shit, just a random name that just pops out of nowhere. It doesn't mean your partner. I don't believe it means that your partner is up to no good. I honestly don't. It just possibly, the name just came from somewhere and it just came out. It just came out. If you take this and you flip it into a problem, you could be damaging your relationship because you don't know where it came from. To sit there and interrogate this man or woman, fellas, you motherfuckers ain't exempt. You're not exempt because y'all be doing this shit too. Men get fucking Ooh, I know some dudes that can get irate if his chick calls him a different dude's name. I know some dudes that can get, and for what though? You know what I'm saying? You
ungrateful he bitch.
But here's this thing, right? So every morning for over a year, every single morning when I go in my little daughter's room, right? And I say, baby, wake up. I call her Tasha. My daughter's name is not Tasha. My sister's name is Tasha. My daughter's name is Paris. And every morning, the only time in life I call this little girl Tasha, the only time I ever call her Tasha is when I'm waking her up in the morning. Every morning. Every morning. Not some. The only way that I will not call this little girl Tasha, the only way I don't do that is if I'm telling myself on the way to wake her up, it's Paris, it's Paris, it's Paris, it's Paris, it's Paris, it's not Tasha, it's Paris, it's not Tasha, it's Paris, it's Paris, it's Paris, it's Paris. If I do that, I have no idea why I do it. No idea. Does that mean I'm thinking about my sister? Nope. Doesn't mean that, because if that's the case, why is it only this early in the morning when I'm waking her up for school? Why is that the only time? I don't do it in the afternoon. I don't do it when I'm talking to her on the phone. I don't do it no other time. Nothing. When I'm calling her, when she's off doing something crazy, I never slip and say, Tasha. I never do that. I always, every morning, call her my sister's name. So, is it possible that a name just slipped out? You know what I'm saying? And I'm bringing light to this because there's just so many times that again, not the cheater, not the one that's fucking up, but there's just so many times where somebody can say somebody else's name and it causes a problem in your relationship. Why do that shit? Why get mad about something? If you say something jokingly, I get it. And if your partner, whoever said the name, if they respond like you ask the question jokingly, what you trying to say? What you trying to tell me something? You know what I'm saying? Jokingly. And they be like, no, I didn't mean to say that. And instantly y'all cool, but y'all just messing around with each other. To me, that's beautiful. Y'all can have a little joking relationship and y'all can be cool. Right. But to honestly get mad and invite a problem into your home, into your relationship, because you think this person saying somebody else's name is a whole ass problem, I think that's dangerous and detrimental to your relationship. I seriously do. I believe there's a little bit of jealousy in there that should not be. I really don't believe you should turn that into a problem. If you have reason to believe that your partner has got some other shit going on, it makes perfect sense why you would raise question. It makes perfect sense why you would have something to say, why you would question it. But if your person is not on bullshit and you don't have reason to believe that, why would you make that a priority question? Why would you do that? Again, you doing more harm to your relationship than good. You know what I'm saying? Have the little joking conversation. Have the little playful the little back and forward and shit and get it over with. You know what I'm saying? You might be able to go home and make it up. You get what I'm saying? You may be able to have some fun out of it, you know? But don't tear your fucking relationship over somebody saying somebody else's name. Unless they actually on bullshit and you know that they're on bullshit and you think they're on bullshit. But here's the thing with that. It is your fault for staying. Yep. So that's my opinion. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? If you ain't got to agree, It's just my opinion. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to throw a little something out there. So maybe, just maybe, people will stop tearing up their relationship over a fucking feeling. Just maybe. Just maybe you'll learn that you can approach your partner differently so that you don't cause a problem. You know what I'm saying? Just maybe. But, yep. I set my timer for 10 minutes and I'm right on target. Yeah. So until next time, have a good night.
They are so full of the cap, man. I can't take it, need to